Hey, it's Spudnik, and I got a new intro. Isn't that awesome? I've switched to editing with Blender, which is actually really awesome for stuff like editing, and you can also do cool little animations with it. I'm really bad at animating, but I was able to put that little intro together, and I know compared to what most YouTubers do, it's pretty pathetic, but I'm kind of impressed with it myself. So, yeah. Anyway, our base is kind of on fire, so I guess we're gonna have to find, I guess we're gonna have to vacate this place. Kind of a bit sad. It looks like our guards died. At some point, nothing happened right there. At some point, all our villagers on this side died as well. Except for this guy. Which is actually really good because he had some really good trades. But that was all of our really good villagers. So that's unfortunate. I will have to replace those. I did get my villager breeder up and running. At some point it broke. I think it got struck by lightning, so I added a roof to it. That was all before the attack, of course. Anyway, that is producing more villagers once again. Yeah, this design needs a little bit of work, but that is not what we're going to be doing in this episode. In this episode, I think we need to worry about finding a new place for all of our peoples to live, because obviously they can't live here. It's been taken over. The survivors will have to find somewhere else to live. And when you are on the run from people who have destroyed your city, where do you run to? Well, the hills, obviously. And I have found this awesome spot right here that I think would be perfect to build a little fortress that we can hide in. And the terrain seems easy to defend from. We can maybe put some towers up here. Kind of forms a set of natural walls, honestly. It's kind of cool. Is this a door? This is 2 trapdoors. Actually, I think I made this. Huh. A long time ago. Yes, this is where I did the whole Thanksgiving thing. Was that episode 16? If you know what episode that was, go ahead and put it in the comments, please, because I would really like to know which episode that was where I talked about that Thanksgiving Christmas conundrum. Actually, I'll look it up while editing this, and just click on the card in the top right screen to watch that video. I filmed part of it right here. That is very interesting. Anyway, yeah, I imagine some towers up here on these natural walls would be perfect. And man, we could hold out for forever. Especially considering we also have the ocean on this side. We could maybe set up trade routes so we can find anybody out there to trade with. Interestingly enough, because we came from the other side of this continent, and we've been pushed all the way across the continent by now. Anyway, I'm going to start layering out a framework for this fortress somewhere over here. So I set up this, which is going to be the main layout for our fortress. I really did not want it to just be a simple square, because simple squares aren't really that interesting. It looks kind of more like it's just a diagonal thing right now, but I think this will work out. So this is the beginning of our block palette: spruce wood and dark oak fences, but there'll be more to this, don't worry. I did actually mess up a few places, so it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fence, etc. But in some place like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's only 4 of them. And I cleaned up most of them, but the last 2 were all the way across from each other. One is all the way over there, and the other one is right here. So I mean, I don't really want to take off half of it and rebuild it. I will if I have to, but I think that I might be able to just let me move my mistake over a little bit. Yeah, this is probably good. Now, if I do this pretty good, I can do something like this maybe. And now I'll have my main gate right here. Although actually, I might want to move it that way, just so that it's more in the middle, so they could have 1, 2 sections. Yeah, what would happen if we did that? So, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, that'd be perfect. And now I can take off this stuff, and this will be my gate. Perfect. And then I will make some kind of gate over on this other side. But for now, let's build up the walls, because we're going to need walls as quickly as we can if we're going to stay safe from all the ogres anyway. So, I like it so far, but I feel like it just needs something. Perfect. Actually, kind of amazed at how well that turned out. Just adding a window makes it a lot better. I also added a little cobblestone pathway down here, so now there's like 2 paths in this wall, one at this level right here, so we can run around at this level and see through the windows. We have another one up here, so we can just come up here and shoot arrows down from here. And then this is where the gate's gonna be. And I put these here so it wouldn't look so weird temporarily. That is not gonna be the final door. I wanted to do a redstone door kind of. But I think to do something like that, okay, I just fell in the pit that I hollowed out to make the redstone stuff that I haven't done yet. But I think to do something like that, I'm gonna need honey blocks, and well, I haven't made the honey farm yet. I need to make that. So I think it's time to move all of these bees into our giant honey jar and turn this into... Actually, wait, what was the plan for this honey jar? I wasn't gonna make the honey farm in it. I honestly don't remember what I was gonna do with this. Hello? Oh, none of these exist. Weird glitch. I did not remember exactly what I was going to do with this. I'm going to have to watch my own video again. I hope that I said it there. But I need to make a honey farm. And I think right here looks like the perfect location. But what exactly am I going to build? Welcome to my redstone tilted world. And yeah, you can see my design for the wall back there. This is actually one of the very few times I've built it in survival. The only other time that I've done that, I mean creative before in survival. The only time before that was the Dark Elf Fortress. I planned that on creative as well. This is what I want to make. So there's a bunch of flowers down there for them to pollinate. and then they go to those hives over there, and then they just fill them up with honey and stuff. I think there is a small problem here where bees keep getting stuck in there and now they can't get out, so I'm just gonna fix that by putting a layer of glass right here all the way across so that they can't get stuck up there. And now I'm gonna have one of these on both sides. And oh, and you see that just got full, and yeah, they're dropping off honey right now. So whenever a bee enters the beehive, it will trigger and it will fire these dispensers down here. These have bottles in them, so it either fills it up with honey from the full thing or it just spits it out. If it spits it out, actually if it fills up with honey, it will still spit it out, but it'll be spit out full of honey. So that's nice. And then this minecart will come and collect it all. And then I have right here a impulse SV sorting system to filter out the bottles, and then they just come down here and get shot back up into the system, and the honey comes down here. Yeah, you can see that I made this before honey could even stack. So I made this in the snapshots, but thank goodness it can stack now. So that is our design. This can also very easily be switched to getting honeycombs by just switching all of the bottles out for shears, and then instead of having this return thing, because it's never going to spit out the shears. So I was just coming over to grab some iron, and I looked up and I noticed I am actually missing a villager up here. Yeah, I have no idea how long my farm has been unusable, but I don't think it's a real problem because we have a ton of iron stacked up and it'll last us a long while. If we run out, then I will have to get another villager up there, but it's a lot of effort and I think I don't have to worry about it for now. In the meantime, I made the farm. Mostly I just have to put some more hoppers around, but I also need to add in the hives. And I think that since it is night, and this is the perfect time to pick these guys up without them trying to kill me. Oh. Right. They don't stack, do they? No. Plant. There we go. And same on this side. So this one is shorter than the one that I made in the creative world, but there's also 2 rows instead of 3, so hi. So there's actually more hives. So all I have left to do is put the rest of the hoppers in place. They come around there, and then do the recycle system that filters out the bottles and pours them back into the farm. And then we will have a fully functional honey farm. Awesome. So I've just been collecting bottles. I finished the bottle thing and I've been filling it up with bottles. And I've run into a slight issue. So I just smelted a whole shulker box of sand into glass and then crafted that into bottles. And see, I get 1 glass for every piece of sand that I smelt, and I get 3 bottles for every 3 pieces of glass that I craft. So every sand gets me 1 bottle. And since a shulker box contains 27 stacks of sand, and a dispenser holds 9 stacks, I've only got enough bottles from 1 shulker box of sand to fill 1, 2, 3 dispensers. And there's 9 on each side, so that means I'm going to need 6 shulker boxes of sand, and I'm pretty sure I only have 2 left. Every time I fly into here, I'm amazed by how much sand we've cleared out. To my knowledge, I'm the only one who's grinded mass amounts of sand from this location specifically. Are these? Oh. Wait, do you mean to tell me that we actually had 4 blocks here already to fill up? And here we are, a little bit later, with 4 boxes of sand. Just start that going. Alright, now as that comes down here, I'll just grab it, turn it into bottles, run over this way. And then I can just come over and dump them in here. And I think from over here, yeah. I have to be careful not to unload the chunks with the zero-tick farms or right next to it. Because if I unload these chunks, it breaks. Zero-tick farms have their pros and their cons. Well, this episode ended up being quite a bit more grinding than I was expecting. You just saw a taste of it right there with all the sand. It was also a lot of work to get all those armor stands set up for the beginning cinematic, and grinding all the wood for the fortress. This is definitely taking longer than my episodes usually take to record. Now that's a little bit odd. Shouldn't you have been full already? Oh, you know what? I unloaded the chunks and it stopped it. Alright. So oh wait. Oh, we need to fill up all of the hoppers as well. I have nowhere near enough bottles. I'm gonna have to go grind some more sand. Derp. Well, I will do that in a bit, but in the meantime, I really want to get this running, even if it's just a little bit. I actually think... oh, come on. I actually think I have an idea, because see, the bees will come out, but they won't bring more honey in. And that's a at least I'm pretty sure they won't, not when it's full. So, the thing is that the observers will never detect a block update, as the blocks are not updating. So we need to update the blocks to get it to work. You know what? I probably should do this at night because I just realized. See, I have a plan for doing this, but it's daytime now, and I don't think my plan will work. It is getting dark. The bees are going inside. So all we need to do right here, right, is update the hives, and then the observer will detect that. So the way it's supposed to happen is if a bee goes in there and delivers honey, it'll update. But you can update blocks many ways, and one of them is by powering redstone. Powering them with redstone. I don't know if hives are like transparent blocks though, like glass. Like you can't power a glass block. If that is the case, this will not work. Hey! I heard it fire. Oh, I'm such an idiot. That one's empty. Alright, so this will work. Oh, that's interesting. Did it just go across the whole line and fire them? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 did not go off, and I would assume that those are the 4 that are empty. Interesting. So obviously this fires way more often than it needs to. You could just do a hive every other one if you were worried about that causing lag and stuff, but I think it should be no problem. Alright. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Out, out, out. No, 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 no. Ah. Great, I'm gonna have to replace a bunch of those hives as well. I'll try to look over the footage to see which bees came out of exactly which hive and do that. But I think that is a task for another episode because this episode's getting kind of long. Ugh. And I was planning on building the door in this episode and had a conundrum in mind for it as well. But I guess not. But guys, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see y'all in the next episode where I build a door, and we will see exactly how much honey we'll get from this, because I'm going to finish filling these up with bottles, and then AFK here while I edit this episode. A lot happened in this episode. Our whole base got destroyed. We started building another base, and we came back over here to build this bee farm so that we can build a door. All in all, successful. A lot got done, but it also took a very long time. Anyway, guys, I'll see y'all next time. God bless.